Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes brought to you by the Thunder Pick World Championship. And today we are going to be talking about all things IEM Cologne. So, we're going to be getting on a plane tomorrow afternoon. Dan, how you feeling?
I am very, very excited. I feel like, first of all, I've not done one of these episodes in like a month, so that is one thing. But then actually getting out to go to Cologne, go to the Cathedral of Counter Strike, interview the players for Hotspawn, that is very, very exciting.
That is the ultimate dream. If you were going to pick anybody to interview, who would you pick?
Ooh, Mezzy because he's British,
Absolutely. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel like you have to rep it. You have to, yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I
yeah.
had a really nice interview with him in Katowice. He's a good dude. I'm hoping that we get that chance again. It would be good.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he'd just be very confused that like to hear like a Liverpool accent in Germany in Cologne around Counter Strike. I think that would quite confuse him.
Yeah, probably. I
So
mean, that's a good way to get that sort of rapport going that you always
yeah,
need.
yeah. So no, I would love to speak to Messi, definitely.
Nice, because I guess this is your first IRL Counter-Strike event, right?
Yeah. Covered Counter Strike professionally for almost 3 years, and I have somehow never been to a competitive event in real life. So that is exciting. So once we get the ball rolling on that, yeah, that is fun.
Yep, yep. Then you'll be unstoppable. I mean, there's
Yeah,
always the cost of these things and that sort of stuff, but life's got a bit better recently, so we're
yeah.
looking good.
Let's not think about that. That's tomorrow's worry. Quite literally tomorrow's worry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, weirdly, we're both going from the same airport, and you get a nice direct flight, and I have to go via London, and it's going to take me twice as long to get there for no reason.
That is bananas. I have no like, it's an hour and a half flight. I have no idea why yours is flying to London. Are you stopping in London?
Yeah, I have to I have to change planes in Heathrow and then go to Cologne.
That is bananas. Like, it's an hour and a half direct flight?
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
That's what I
Whatever.
thought when I requested the flight, but here we are. So, we'll style it out.
Yeah, so, yeah, you'll be there a little bit later than me, I believe. I'll get to enjoy the sights of Cologne for a few hours before, I believe. So that's
Absolutely. Do
exciting.
you have a plan? Where are you going?
Not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow.
Nice.
I
Yeah, I
do have a
think
plan to do the touristy stuff at some point, though, in
absolutely.
between
I think
work.
Thursday's a free day. So,
Yeah,
aside from
yeah,
having to do your actual job, then we could go around and have a look at some stuff.
yeah. The media day will be exciting because that'll be a full
Absolutely.
day of just speaking to players.
That's the way it
And
goes. I'm super happy every single time they do a media day, and ESL are so good for this at IEMs. I love them.
yes, I mean, I believe we're there for the full day. I believe we speak to every team. So
Yeah, that's the way it usually goes. It's the
hopefully,
top 6 teams, and,
yeah. I mean, we'll find out who they are in due course. I mean,
mhm.
today, tomorrow, you've got, I believe, the last games.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So we've just got, upper bracket final for Group A, which
Mhm.
is, obviously it's gonna be Vitality Mongols, but that's later today. I would be surprised if it wasn't Vitality here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, looking at the group, Vitality have just sort of continued where they left off.
Yep,
You saw them against Astralis. That was much closer than I expected, but still 2-0. No one gets a map off them. G2, they sort of walked all over them.
yep,
Things maybe got a little bit hairy on train, but generally, there was no real threat there.
yeah.
Yeah, that playoff spot was just always going to be locked in really quickly. And yeah, I mean, realistically, it should be just sort of a repeat of that major final.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, the Mongols have been impressive. Like it's not like they're bums either.
Well, exactly, because I remember last time we were like, "Yeah, Mongols make it to the playoffs, but then don't make it any further, and then they just walk to the finals."
Yeah.
Um, and now this time they don't have that crowd pressure. This is still a group stage, so I can't imagine there's going to be too much problem with them actually qualifying. I just don't think they're going to do it via vitality.
Well, they've made the playoffs already, so this is just determining who gets to the semifinals.
Yes, that's it.
So
Sorry, I was
they
looking at
are
the
already
bracket
there.
wrong. Yep.
Yes, so they are already there. So we will be able to see them on stage. I'm looking forward to it because the expectations around that team are sort of a little bit different now.
Mm.
You've reached a major final. The expectation is that you're not just gonna get dumped in quarters every time.
Yep. Yep.
Like, I mean, if they could beat Vitality here, that's top four lockdown straight away. That game's happening at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Mhm.
But the Mongols again, they've looked very impressive so far. They sort of continue where they left off against 3D Max. They dropped
Yeah.
they dropped 12 rounds across two maps. So they don't even drop enough to lose a single map in that one. I think I wrote in my preview for that one that this was like a tune-up match. Like boxers take a tune-up fight. Like, they're gonna win, but like they have to do it to get back in form.
Yep. Yep.
That was what that sort of felt like to me. But they come up against the Mongols, not the Mongols. They come up against Falcons second, and Falcons have got that Kiyosaki, and no one knows how to say this. This has been a big
That's
thing.
close enough. I know who you
Yeah,
mean. So
yeah. No, this has been a massive thing. No, nobody knows how to say it. So yeah, Kiyosaki, that hype, and they sort of knock that down a peg. Not
yeah.
necessarily the individual Kiyosaki hype because he was the only one that showed any sort of face for Falcons. I think he put up a 1.34 rating, and everyone else was like under 0.9.
Oh my
So
god. Under
the
0.9.
yeah, but the kid is all right. The kid is
Yeah.
pretty decent against a Counter Strike. So yeah, that hype train is still ongoing, even though the Mongols were able to sort of beat them quite comprehensively. That was
Yep.
a I don't know if you watched it. That was a stupid game.
I
That was
didn't
a
actually, I completely missed it yesterday because because of a promise that I had made to a friend that meant that I had to watch the women's football instead of Counter-Strike.
okay. Yes, yeah. I mean, at least you got a happy ending there.
It was a
Yeah,
banging game, to be fair.
yeah,
I've not watched football in 20 years, and I was like, what a way to get back into it. That was brilliant.
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I've watched every round of Falcon so far because I want to keep up with like how Kiyoshi's doing. Like
Yep.
he is the storyline at the moment. I feel like.
How do you think Spirit are feeling about that now?
Well, when you consider Zway's debut, that wasn't too pretty. I think he
Mhm.
dropped like a 0.97, but I will say the numbers don't really do justice to some of like the sort of impact he had on rounds.
Mhm.
For me, he looked like he sort of struggled on T side a lot more, but on CT, I mean, I've not looked into the numbers on this. This might be complete horse shit, but it he looked pretty good on CT, and he played his life. He was usually good for one or two kills,
Mhm.
but it just looked like they were throwing him to the wolves on T side. So the rating doesn't look flattering, despite the general performance being okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the impact is probably more important
Yeah, but
than the score realistically.
yeah, that is the most fascinating thing about this Cologne for me is that you've got so many young rosters making debuts. You know, not necessarily full young rosters, but young players slotting into established teams where
Mhm.
the expectation is like you're gonna win. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we've kicked the guy before you because we're not winning, so you better start winning. Like you know,
Yeah, so no pressure or anything,
like
but,
TS2K, we have kicked 4-time major winner Magisk. Good luck.
yeah,
Like
we kicked him because we didn't think he was good enough anymore, so
yeah, yeah. So that is sort of the level of pressure that these kids are dealing with, and to be honest, this like new gen of like Russian children are like they just don't feel any pressure. Like they're just playing the game.
That's
So,
it, and they're playing at this standard of veterans, which I guess I'm
yeah.
really happy to see because this is how we keep Counter Strike going. Like we
Mhm.
need this new talent, and we need them to be just as good, if not better, than the established players, because otherwise we're just gonna keep playing with, I don't know, Nico's gonna be around in his mid 40s, still trying to win a major, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It could get quite hard to watch at a certain point, I think. Yeah. No, I mean Nico yesterday, I think there's a conversation to be had about his sort of form. Same with Monacy. So Nico dropped a 0.79, Monacy dropped a 0.76. Like it was a
That has got to
genuine
be
stinker.
one of Monazzi's worst scores of all time, right? It has
Um
to be.
it was bad. Let me so I mean he dropped a Z okay, actually he's had a couple of series below that recently, which is like a little bit concerning. I
Yeah,
won't lie.
yeah,
But like generally, look, he's still had a really good year, and we'll just sort of keep our eye on that one.
that's it. I mean,
Um,
expectations are always gonna be the expectations for Monazzi is like the ceiling for most other players.
yeah, yeah,
So, he doesn't really get to have a day off.
yeah. I mean, they've now got to make a lower bracket run, and sort
Mm,
of the difficulty of doing that is you have to win 2 games. Like they're in the lower semis now against a Furia team that, like, I mean, I know you didn't watch it, but the Furia Astralis game. Oh
mm.
my good lord, man! Astralis got 7 rounds. So
What, in
Astra
2
in
games?
2 games. Astralis'
Oh.
highest rated player across the series was Hooksy with a 0.59. That's the highest rated player.
Oh my god!
So it was bad. Like
How the mighty hath fallen, Jesus
like
Christ.
they were at Fisher like in a grand final like a week a week
Yeah,
yeah
a
like a
couple
week
of
or
weeks
10 days
ago,
ago,
yeah.
and this is sort of where we are now. Um yeah, so Astralis had gone. Furia looked, impressive. It
Mhm.
was a case of Furia beat them. Astralis obviously lost to themselves, but Furia, like, it was a thorough beatdown.
Yep,
So
yep.
Falcons coming into that one, like, they're gonna need to play better than they did against the Mongols, or it's gonna be similarly not pretty.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm
Um,
kind of pleasantly surprised about this from Fioria.
yeah, yeah. I saw a conversation yesterday where it was like this Molodoi kid has come in. He is Kazakhstan. He's 20. Like no one had really heard of him outside of tier two.
Mm,
And I've obviously took a chance on him. And I'd say in the last 3 months, he's like you could make the argument that he's like a top 10 upper, and like no one had heard of him 3 months ago.
yeah.
But like that's and sort of this going international lineup, like you just wouldn't think it'd work. But you know, and again, if they lose the Falcons and just get eliminated, like there's not really much shame in that. Like as much as like you love the
No.
meme on Falcons,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not.
There's very little shame there, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
For a team that like Falcons where you expect to see them top 8 at the very least, top 6 most of the
Mhm,
time, if that's the team you go out to, so be it. Like,
yeah. But you've got, I mean, as well in Group A, you've got G2 still in there fighting
mm,
lower bracket. Hunter as IGL is going pretty decent, better than you would expect.
I was gonna
Again,
say, the expectations were not high.
no, they lose to G2, but sorry, not G2. They lose to Vitality.
Well,
Like okay,
quelle surprise, you know?
yeah, okay. Like what can you really learn from that? Like you're not
Yeah.
as good as Vitality. Like yeah, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
true.
if I was a betting woman, I would not be putting
No,
my money on G2 in that matchup. I mean,
but
the fact that they got 10 rounds on train
that
is
that one like threatened to get quite hairy as well.
yeah,
That was that wasn't like a fake comeback or anything. That was like very competitive until Vitality got those final 3 rounds
right, yeah.
to overtake. But G2 now have got 3D Max who are sort of like spoilers really. Like they can show up and give you absolutely nothing, or they can just ruin your whole day.
Yep.
So Yeah, I expect G2 to get to that lower final at a minimum where they'll face a pretty tough test against Falcons or Fioria.
Hmm.
Last thing to really touch on in Group A is Gamer Legion. So
Yeah,
they went through stage one, looked pretty good, uh, but
yeah,
here they have
absolutely.
been dumped out very quickly.
Yeah, it sort of comes down to that conversation that we have about like the jump in quality between like a playoffs team and a stage one team in Counter
Mhm.
Strike.
Yeah,
I don't think there's really a team that's bridging that gap right now.
yeah. I mean, this was so stupid. Like they fully lost themselves.
Oh, really? In
Like
the
like they lost their heads. So it went to triple overtime. Yes, on the deciding map
oof.
against 3D Max.
Okay.
Um, and they lost like a 4v2 in the last round to take it to quad overtime. And it was one of them where it just happened so quick. You were like, oh, okay, this is going to quad overtime. And then the round was over, and you were like, what? How? Like, I don't think me and my friends could have lost that like as quickly as they
Yeah.
did.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Oh, it was,
that's brutal though, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But a Game of Legion, the real only positive to take from this roster at the minute is that PR is a fucking monster. He is
yep.
he is a 17-year-old kid, and like there is no way we had. I mean, obviously the rosters this season probably won't. They probably won't sell in mid-season, but
Mm,
if they've got ambitions to make the major, but like there's no way he goes to into 2026 as a Game of Legion player. Like there's there'll just be so many teams in from.
yeah, yeah,
There's
which
no way.
is, I mean, it's good for him, really, if he can use this opportunity to stand out playing at an event like Cologne, then, he
Yeah,
stands a very good chance of being in a major competitive team next year.
but he's so crisp, man. He's so crisp.
And I guess we
Um,
don't often see Czech players in CS. Like, it's not.
no, no, it's sort of from the the region that you would maybe expect to see, like that
Yeah.
sort of area of Europe, but
Hmm.
you don't tend to see it. I want to say Oscar's Czech, old Oscar. He is, yes.
Ah, okay.
But there are a couple of a couple out there, but yeah, it's not a historically rich region for the
Yeah.
for the game. But yeah, Group B, Group B, we have actually played a lot less of the games of, so we've
Yep.
not seen any of the teams fully eliminated there.
Hmm.
But we can still talk about what we've seen from them.
Absolutely.
Going through the games, like Miles Liquid. Oh my lord, it was an absolute clown fiesta for Liquid. It was yeah,
Really? Because
it
I'm
was
looking at
so
these
bad.
scores and they seem respectable.
Mm.
13-7, 13-9.
So if you take if you take a look at Inferno,
Mm,
like at one point they were 11-3 down and get like four cosmetic comeback rounds.
okay. Yeah.
So like it's very much a. And then you look at Train. Liquid had the lead at one point, and then just like stop playing Counter Strike and just lose every round. So that's that 7 rounds in a row from like
Oh,
9-6 up.
no.
So like it's losing in two different circumstances, but like yeah, a clown fiesta like all the same. It
Oh,
was,
man.
and I said in my preview of that match, Mars have had the better of Liquid like every time they've played them recently.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Shuey has not managed to beat his old team, so that didn't come as a surprise to me. But I just thought I'd see like a little bit more from this roster at the minute.
Yeah, it does seem like Liquid are in the process of falling off a cliff here.
Well, oh man, their VRS like is in serious danger.
Yeah.
I mean, they're number 21 at the moment, which is better than they were like a week ago. But
Hmm.
like, I think there's a real possibility on the basis that they're EU that they like just don't get the auto qualification for the major. And now that
Yeah.
there's no like, now that it's all invite based, at least this year,
Hmm.
like they're in a weird situation where they might end up like having to play online qualifiers in like CCTs. for points, or where they have to
Yeah.
fly out to like fucking Fragadelphia to try and farm VRS points. Like they're
Yeah.
not far off like stopping getting invites for tournaments because
That's a really dangerous position to be in because that position is so easy to lose and it's so hard to get back.
yeah, like do you know how like shit you have to be below ninjas in pajamas in the VRS at the moment? Like
Oh boy.
that's the live VRS, so no sort of invites are going out based on that. I don't believe,
Yeah.
but it's like it's just like bad optics. Like this is a team you're meant to be top 10, really at a minimum.
Yeah, when
Especially
you
when you
look
look
at
at
this lineup,
yeah,
that's what you'd expect.
this is like a gross underachievement for this team.
Mhm.
And if they get dumped out of Cologne and they play FaZe today,
Yeah.
and like that,
It's
FaZe,
not an easy opponent. Like it could
no,
realistically I mean, I was just about to say it could go either way, and I do think it could go either way, but I just think it's more likely to go Phase's way.
yeah, FaZe have looked pretty decent. I've liked the look of Brokey since he came back. They
Yeah.
obviously had to play the play in, so they've had
Mhm.
a little bit of time to get warm. I think Liquid did play the play in as well. That's where the majority of their recent VRS points have come from. Yeah, they
God,
did.
that's not what you want, is
But
it?
FaZe
Bloody
beat them in
hell.
stage one.
Yeah.
FaZe beat them 2-1 in stage one. So I'm expecting a repeat of that. And yeah, well, I mean, you can sort of see the impact of VRS on the actual match page. So if
Yeah.
Liquid lose, they lose 8 points. So they don't actually lose a spot in the VRS. But yeah, they're quickly running out of lands
Yeah.
to like garner points. I think
Well, yeah.
if they don't have a good Cologne or Esports World Cup, they are troubled. Let's say.
Well, yeah, that's it. I
Yeah.
mean, somebody at their org must have done the maths to figure out what they need to do and where they need to be to get a chance at qualifying for the major. Because I can only imagine that up until fairly recently, they were depending on being NA.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That I mean, that was entirely it. And even if they were sort of America based to get America invites,
mhm,
it wouldn't even help them right now, based
yeah,
on the ranking. So if we look at the ranking right now, in terms of the Americas, above them are Furia, Pain, and Complexity. So they would be fourth.
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just this is not where they thought they'd be when they
No.
brought Shui on, I don't think.
No. No. I am so disappointed in like Chewy in particular.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I think he cares about my opinion, but like I expected a lot more for sure.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what conversations they're having behind closed doors here because there is a reason that this is happening. I don't know that the reason is not that the team are bad at Counter Strike because they're not
No, no, absolutely
individually.
not. Uh,
So,
I was very surprised they stuck with NAF, but
mm,
it's hard. It's easy to say from the outside. You should kick this guy that you've been with for 7 years because he's had 6 bad months. Like
yep.
that's probably not how it works.
No, no, it,
So I
it
get it,
can't
but
be.
like he just hasn't shown any signs of getting better. Is the brutal way of saying it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah,
Which sort of begs the question, what has he got going on? Or what do any of them have going on? Like, what's the team dynamic? What's the conversations that are having?
yeah.
It's
Um,
tricky.
Today though, in Group B, you do have Mars versus Navi.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Mars obviously completely unchanged. There's no reason for them to jump the gun at the moment. Number two ranked team in the world. Like
Hmm.
that is where they are. They're at that sort of top level of Counter Strike. Navi come into it having taken a chance on Makazi.
Mm,
So he's come in for JL. We didn't really cover any of the roster mania on here because obviously we didn't do a podcast. But Makazi is so he's from Navi Junior. He has
yep.
made the step up while they're trying to sell the rest of the roster. He has been the one selected to come in for JL while he takes a break.
Okay.
So his debut against FaZe went very well. he looked really solid. He put up a 1.20 rating, which we
Very
beat
respectable.
EMA
Yeah.
a bit, but man, if you, I mean, if Navi have a new 1.20 rifler, like you're just golden.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Because I guess the Na'vi phase matchup was another one where it could have gone either way, and it's just, it just so happened that Na'vi stepped up on the day and
yeah, yeah, everyone sort of had a good game for them, so that is a more positive sign for them.
mhm,
But I think facing a team like Miles this early on is a really good like litmus test. Like,
mm.
okay, if we can beat them, then we're golden, really.
Yeah, yeah,
That
absolutely.
would be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be a very good standing to, go really far in this tournament, which
Hmm.
I would like to see. I know that Na'vi have had a tough year, but I just like them. I like them as people. I like them as
Yeah,
a team. I like Na'vi as an org. I just like to see them do well, you know?
I was sad when like JL took a break
Yeah,
because
yeah. He was
like
such a good guy.
I was watching him streaming recently. He's doing like coach
Mm,
streams and stuff now, and it's like, man, you're like some people just like get that competitive itch and come back.
yep.
He is never coming back. I don't think.
Really, do you think?
I think because he's such like a compelling personality.
Mm,
He's built for streaming. He's
yeah,
far too
that's it.
interesting to be a Counter Strike player.
Maybe we'll see him on the desk at some point. He comes back as
Yeah,
talent.
that would be nice. He's far too interesting to be actually playing. I think he'll do some desk work and stuff. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. But I think he will focus on streaming for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that we're always trying to interview him because,
Yeah,
there are certain players and you're going to get a good chat out of them. And JL is very high on that list of players. So,
yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Makazi can live up in the same respect.
yep.
Ema's a good interviewer as well. Ema's a very good
Yeah.
interviewer.
And obviously, Alexi B he's so professional. You're going to
Very
get something
serious.
good out of,
Very serious business.
he is.
Yeah,
He's very serious. But
yeah.
yeah, he's a great interview every time. Big fan. Um,
So yeah, I mean, Group B, you've got all the teams like Aurora, Nip, Heroic.
yep.
Um,
I
I
don't
think,
imagine Aurora are going to take Spirit down. I think this is also fairly cut and dry.
yes, I think the fact that Aurora are playing with a stand-in as well
Mhm.
is the big factor there. Xcloud is as good a stand-in as they could ever hope to have,
Yep,
but
a standard
uh,
nonetheless.
yeah, yeah, you're losing Zantares. He has been one of the very few players to really give Donk any trouble,
Mhm.
and he's not there. So I expect that one to be fairly cut and dry.
Yep.
Nip versus Heroic. Heroic are fine of late.
Yeah, I mean they got close to taking a map off Spirit. So
Yes, yeah.
which
They
as I
lost.
say it actually sounds like I'm trying to insult them, and I
They l-
genuinely meant that as a compliment.
no, they lost by. I don't know the exact numbers, but it can't have been more than 0.01 second.
Right. Oh
So
god,
they were
okay.
12-11 up
Yep.
and had the bomb planted. Sorry, Spirit had the bomb planted,
Mm.
and they managed to delay just long enough to literally like the tick. They couldn't defuse it,
Ah, that's so
and
annoying.
and then took it to overtime, and then Spirit obviously won.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Heroic should have took him up from Spirit, but couldn't get it over the line. Um,
Yeah, I really don't want to be the kind of person that's like, Nip and Heroic, it's not worth watching because they're not going to go any further. However, I do also think that I'm right about that. So,
right. I mean, I like to be honest. I like every time this NIP roster have like played on a LAN,
mm,
they've taken like complete advantage of it and got
yeah,
really good points out of it. So obviously, even coming through stage one, like I would consider that a success. So even if they just get dumpstered out here by Heroic,
yep,
job done. Like for NIP, it's all about just getting back to these events because when them partner leagues
mm,
like disbanded, they were just fucked because they
yeah,
couldn't get any
yeah.
invites anymore.
That's
be-
exactly it.
because they'd sort of gotten so complacent in we're just going to be everywhere. We don't need to be competitive because we'll get the money for just being there.
Yeah,
And
well, yeah.
and now they're forced to be competitive, and then they've managed to fight the way through what is a very sink or swim system from the bottom up. Bear in mind, like they had to fight with 0 VRS points.
Oh my gosh,
So,
yeah.
like, as much as people criticize the VRS, like right now, Nip are like the poster boy for how it can work when it does.
Yeah,
So I'll always be sort of interested in what they're doing on that
absolutely.
alone.
I guess they're a pretty established roster now. It's actually been a while since Shush and Snappy joined. It's been
Hmm.
longer than I thought it had. So
Yes,
I always think that like
6 7s.
the establishing the roster is such an important part of it. Obviously
Yes.
they do have Alone, but
Yes, XCast. I think that'll be made permanent though.
yeah.
He was in Young Ninjas a long time ago,
hmm
and he sort of made the back and forth. But I think that'll be made permanent, yeah. But Nipper, I want to watch. I would say,
Okay, good. We might
yeah.
see a bit of a resurgence.
But we do have another tournament to talk about.
That we do. So, as we have already said, the Thunderpick World Championship is helping us sponsor Hot Takes, and we have the second North American season going on as we speak.
We do. So I don't know how much you followed it. I have actually followed it quite a bit. There has been. This isn't Thunderpick's fault, by the way. This
Mm,
is
yeah.
North American Counter Strike's fault.
hmm
It has been a North American Counter Strike fest, let's say. Um, I don't want to use the phrase clown fiesta again, but
But it's
there
so
are
illustrative.
there are 8 teams in the group stage right now, and 2 of them have disbanded. So
Yeah, it's
North American Counter Strike. So no, Lycus Empire are technically still playing together as a group. They
okay.
they have
Yeah.
1 game to go left in the group.
hmm
I'm quite confused to be honest because they're playing under the Lycus Empire name, but Lycus Empire as like an organization disbanded before the start of this. So
Yeah,
I
like hours before, right?
yeah. So I don't know if they're competing under the Lycus Empire name, but they appear to be from what I've seen.
I wonder if
That's
this
a very
has
strange
something to
situation.
do with like they're not having the funding, but I would be surprised if Valve allowed them to change the name like
Possibly, yeah.
right before an official.
Yeah, but they're still in it. Their organization is no longer backing them. It's the only thing. Um, but what you also have got there is party astronauts as well. So they didn't bomb out. They lost their first game, fully disbanded as a roster, and forfeited the second game, which is why the league. It now looks
Was
like
it that
unfortunate.
bad? Has there ever been a single map so bad that they just disbanded immediately?
No, they lost their in-game leader to Boss, who are not here.
I
I think
see.
they might have won EU1 actually, Boss. That might be the case. That might just be chatting total codswallop. No, Legacy
Uh,
won that. Legacy won that, yeah. But I don't know why Boss
okay.
aren't here then. That's quite surprising because they're sort of in that tier 2 NA range.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Party Astronauts, I think at the moment they were sort of most notable for having Austin. I don't know if you've followed any of his content.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen some of it. I wouldn't say I'm like a follower, but I have
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it.
So he played for Party Astronauts. He left Mythic, that stream team,
Ah.
for PA to try and like seriously compete again, and has obviously now sort of been left at square one. So it'll
I
be interesting to
actually
see.
absolutely love the team names before they get picked up by orgs across all esports. I just love the team names. They're great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Might almost got into the major last year. I really, I really like their logo. I really wanted to. I won't lie, that would have been quite sick.
That is a really cool logo,
Mm,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame. But they're still in the running to make it to the close qualifier of the Thunderpick World Championship. But
Yep.
there's still a long way to go, sort of before we get there yet. They have to face off against Lag. I believe both of these games are later today, running
Yep.
into the early hours of Tuesday morning.
Mhm.
Got Ether versus X Lyca's Empire. Marsborn and Chicken Coop are already Chicken Coop. I suppose another one that you really like.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, yeah. They've already made it to the playoffs. But the real challenge for these teams isn't this group play because
Yeah.
you get four teams coming in
Yeah, and 3 of
later
them,
in the playoffs.
NRG, Wildcard, M80, these are not nothing opponents. However, getting
No.
info is a completely new team to me. I don't know.
So if you take a little look at Fang, you and have a look at his team history, there are
Okay.
some you will recognise there. I think. I would hope.
Wait, Fang, where am I
Fang.
looking here? On getting info?
I'm getting info. Fang.
Oh, righty.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, there's
So he's played for
no
a couple of
team
notable teams.
page.
So Fang has played for NRG in Complexity. He spent
Oh.
nearly 2 years on Complexity.
The temptation to just be like, "No, I've never heard of them before. I don't know who you're talking about."
So what's the Complexity? No, he's 23-year-old. He's been highly rated for a while, just never quite lived up to it. So he's sort of having to fight for that through those lower American ranks.
Okay, yeah.
Shane and Snav, I believe, played for the Timbermen. Yeah, they did. Um, I think the less said about them, the better. To be honest, about the Timbermen,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll get into that off camera. Um,
Ooh, shocked and stunned.
but yeah, M80 Wildcard and NRG. I mean, if you pick and you win three,
Yep, yep.
Wildcard have been an utter utter mess of management. I don't know what you've seen of this.
I mean, I've seen
It's
bits and pieces, and not one single piece of news I've heard about it has been good.
so they benched their in-game leader Stanislaw, who has taken them to two majors with like no resources in the start of July, maybe end of.
Okay.
They also benched at the same time Fuzi, who was their AWPer and by rating best player.
Right.
So
Okay.
obviously very just for no reason, very silly. Then Sonic came out and said, "I expected to leave during this period,
Okay.
um, but I have come to an agreement that I will stay so they don't lose their VRS points." Then Susp requested a transfer, so they benched him. Then they realized we're going to lose our invites and VR points.
Yep.
Oh no! So they brought back Stanislaw within
I
like
just think you should be realizing this before you make the decision in the first place.
so. Basically, what I'm saying is one of NRG or M80 should take this one.
Yep, yep. If you had to make the call, who'd you say?
M80. Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
M80. Um, I think NRG have brought in Exotic and Carson.
Mhm.
So they're two. I don't know if they young. I want to say young. Not for a Counter Strike player, but like they've been about in the scene, and I've never really had that chance to step up.
Okay,
So this
yeah.
is sort of their first big chance on like a big salaried NA org.
Mhm.
Uh, and I just expect there to be too many growing pains when you compare it to something like M80, who have made one change. They've brought in Hexed for, I believe it was George.
Okay, yeah.
Um, no, Rech, sorry, Rech.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a good change. Hexed is really solid. M80 should be really solid. I know they've been playing in the Prize Picks NA Revival Series, which is a tournament hosted by Flom and Complexity. So
Interesting.
they've done quite well in that. So they're coming into this one really warm.
Yep, yep.
So yeah. If I had to pick one, I'm going M80 to win that one.
Okay, great. I mean, the close qualifier is shaping up to be quite a decent event by the looks of things.
You've got the three teams who have already qualified. You've got Legacy, Imperial, Nine.
Mhm.
Um, and it just remains to be seen who sort of accepts those invites. Like
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
close qualifier, because there'll be some teams that if they want to attend, you'd expect them to just get an invite to the main event. There will be four
Yep.
slots to the main event
Mhm.
directly VRS based. So I believe when you have a look, Yes, it's global VRS. So
Yes,
I didn't know
yes.
if it was EU or anything. So the
Ah,
the,
yeah,
the
4 from
main event
global and
is
then
4th and global. Yeah.
yeah, and 4 from closed qualifier. Yeah, I mean it's shaping up to be really interesting. I think that even the closed qualifier, it'll be worth watching and seeing who's playing, who's trying to get there. It'll be
Yeah, I think
interesting.
so because you'll definitely see some of these teams who will fancy. I mean, if you get 4 teams in the closed qualifier going through, you might get teams like NIP
Yeah,
like fighting in the closed qualifier. Teams like Heroic who want to make it to that land but don't feel like they'll be afforded like an actual invite
yeah,
to the
that's
main
it's
event.
tricky, isn't it? Because
Mhm.
heroic, of course, came second in the event last year and lost out to the Mongols,
Yeah.
which was a hell of a final. That was incredible.
I'd love to see the
Um,
Mongols make it again.
yeah, me too. I
That would
just,
be cool.
come and defend their title,
Yeah.
bring it back
Yeah.
to where this amazing year for them has started. Yeah, it would be great to see.
So yeah, I mean, let's see how that one plays out. The close qualifier takes place in September. So
Mhm.
I believe that they're still playing the European Series too, but I don't know how many.
Yes, as far as I'm aware, that starts on the 5th of August. Yeah, I'm not
So
100% sure to be honest, because the change that was made,
removes those invites.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and was also um not a choice that was made by Thunderpick or Grid. It was made by Valve.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm curious to see. I think to be honest, when you got, I think it's 25 grand in prize pool, so the winner gets 20, runner up gets 5. I think
yep.
teams will just be happy to play that European Series too,
Yeah,
because
that's
it's an
it.
online event. As long
Mhm.
as you're not forfeiting other events to meet that obligation,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you
if
plan
you're
to
at a
play.
loose end, play for
Yeah,
20 grand, you know?
yeah, and that's obviously important in VRS. It's not as important as getting land wins, but the 20 grand certainly doesn't hurt. You stand them within that, so there'll still be plenty to fight for when that one begins. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you'll get the playoffs of NA over the next starting tomorrow, I believe actually.
Mm.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. We'll be hopefully off our planes to Cologne by that point, and then we can sit down and watch it.
Well, yeah. Hopefully we will be able to go get our press passes and stuff. That's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much to everybody for joining us to this far through the podcast. Let us know your thoughts down below. And Dan, I will meet you for the second time ever in person tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you guys later.
I was told to add some music here, but they didn't tell me what kind of song. So I'm just gonna sing. Make sure you like and subscribe.